Hi guys, and welcome back to part 2 of my life-altering event. When we left off, I was in the ER and I was being forced to choose between two treatment options, both of which could kill me. And I had to choose right then. My mom, a few years prior to this incident, had, coincidentally enough, had a brain bleed, and it had been very serious. And being her biological daughter and knowing I had excessive bleeding already going on, I thought the clot buster drug was not the way to go. So I opted for the blood thinner. And I could tell that head honcho guy agreed with me. He got a very positive, that's my dog, jumping down her little stairs. I could tell that he thought I could probably bleed to death if I'd taken the clot buster drug. He had just wanted to make sure that I made the decision. As they administered the blood thinner, I mentioned that the prior day, Wednesday, I had been given a blood thinner shot at my GP's office. And he said, without even pausing, flinching, or saying, the moment I said it, he didn't even hesitate. He said, that's probably how you're sitting here right now. So I would like to dedicate this video to my friend Tina, who administered that shot to me that Wednesday. When I made part 1, I wondered to myself, did I ever tell Tina? She probably saved my life that day. And I didn't think I had, so I gave her a call and said, like someone giving somebody who's just drowned life-saving CPR, I think you actually physically saved my life that day, and I wanted to thank you. So this video is dedicated to Tina. Love you, Tina. And thank you, because I think you saved my life that day. Interestingly, she said she remembered that day specifically too, so that was interesting. Now, the go-to blood thinner in either most or all ERs, I think in the United States, this is what I was told, is a drug called heparin. It's the go-to blood thinner because the number in terms of the percentage chance of being allergic to heparin is so low. I heard it was 0.0125. So it's so low, most people aren't allergic to it. So you can come in unconscious to the hospital in the ER and be given heparin probably pretty much most of the time. At least this is what I understand. I could be wrong, but this is what I was told. How do I know the number 0.0125? Oh, you guys are so smart. Because I'm allergic to heparin. Yes, the girl who was never allergic to strawberries, latex, penicillin, nuts, bees, went into the hospital with an allergic reaction to a medicine. She then had to choose a treatment to try to save her life and chose another medicine to counteract the effects of the allergic reaction to the first medicine, and that medicine was one she was also allergic to. So, what else could go wrong? Well, so together with several blood transfusions over the next few days for my bleeding problem and other procedures I had done, I got a platelet transfusion because when you are allergic to heparin, your blood platelets drop. So my 13 days in the hospital were eventful. First I was monitored in the ICU and then in a surgical recovery room. I had a couple procedures done that I think ultimately saved my life. I'm sorry, my dog is still walking around the floor. We have a harder floor so you can hear her clicking, and she's sitting right by me like, are you going to pay attention to me? One day I'll introduce you to her. Not right now. But I had a filter put in to try to prevent large clots going to my lungs should I get any more recurring clots. To try to prevent them going from your lungs to your brain or to your heart. And I had a procedure to try to slow the bleeding that I was going through. And both procedures were successful, and I'm not sure, I think I might have said, I think they both contributed to saving my life, I think. I was ultimately given, yes, another blood thinner, and I survived. There are consequences. I will always be prone to having blood clots forming behind my right knee, and that can be dangerous, of course. So I'm always careful about how long I sit and where I'm going to stand, sit, walk, move, lay. I'm always moving. Then you have to, be careful to never take ibuprofen because it can kill you. So you have to always take acetaminophen, even if you have a pulled muscle. It doesn't really work really great on pulled muscles, but apparently if you take ibuprofen, anything like Advil or Aleve or anything, it can kill you because you can bleed, I think, in your stomach. I think you can bleed out. And any kind of surgeries. I just had oral surgery, and I had to have a long chat with a periodontist before she did it, and she said the next person who's going to work on your teeth to do the next step is going to want to know ahead of time, that you take a blood thinner to make a decision on if or when you could stop taking it, because what do you do in surgery? Oral surgery, any surgery, you bleed. And if you take a blood thinner, you bleed more. And so they like to know if they could either stop it a day or so ahead, or if that wouldn't be safe. So these are all sort of consequences you live with as a result of what I went through. But it could be worse. I could be dead. So I survived, and I'm glad I'm here.